Hollywood is a place of glitter, fame, and secrets hiding in plain sight. One of the most surprising? Some of your favorite stars are actually family. You've seen their faces in blockbuster films and hit TV shows, but you'd never guess they share the same bloodline. In this video, we're pulling back the curtain on famous brothers in Tinseltown who've kept their family ties under the radar. From Oscar-winning legends to small-screen icons, these shocking sibling connections might just change the way you see Hollywood forever. Let's dive into the family secrets behind the fame. Chris, Liam, and Luke Hemsworth, three brothers, one unforgettable legacy. You know Chris as the thunderous god Thor, swinging his mighty hammer across the Marvel Universe. But what many fans don't realize, he's not the only Hemsworth lighting up Hollywood. Behind the scenes, two more brothers, Liam and Luke, have carved their own paths in the spotlight. Born and raised in Melbourne, Australia, the Hemsworth brothers didn't just dream big, they delivered. Each one took a different road, but all three ended up on screens around the world. Chris, born August 11, 1983, is the most recognizable of the trio. His role as Thor turned him into a global phenomenon. But Chris is far more than a superhero. In films like Rush and Extraction, he's proven he can bring intensity, depth, and charm, earning both box office gold and critical praise. As of 2025, his movies have raked in over $11 billion worldwide. Liam, the youngest, born January 13, 1990, won hearts as Gale in The Hunger Games. While Chris wields hammers and heroism, Liam leans into vulnerability and emotion. From The Last Song to Isn't It Romantic, his roles often explore quiet strength, romantic complexity, and heartfelt drama. Luke, the eldest, born November 5, 1980, may not grab headlines like his younger brothers, but he's the steady heartbeat of the family. With deep roots in Australian television and a standout role as Ashley Stubbs in HBO's Westworld, Luke's performances are subtle, grounded, and unforgettable to those who watch closely. What makes their story truly rare? They never coasted on each other's fame. No shared movies. No sibling tag teams. Each brother earned his place, on his own terms, with his own talent. Charlie Sheen and Emilio Estevez, two brothers, one legendary bloodline, and a tale of fame followed down two very different roads. Most people know the Sheen name, thanks to countless hit shows and blockbuster films, but what many don't realize is that Charlie Sheen and Emilio Estevez are not just Hollywood stars, they're brothers. And both are sons of the iconic Martin Sheen. While Charlie took on the family stage name and stepped boldly into the spotlight, Emilio chose a quieter path, keeping their true surname to honor their roots, and to forge his own legacy without riding coattails. Born on May 12, 1962, Emilio soared to fame in the 80s as a key member of the Brat Pack, delivering unforgettable performances in The Breakfast Club, St. Elmo's Fire, and The Outsiders. But instead of chasing the glitter of celebrity, he followed a calling behind the camera. His 2010 film The Way, which starred their father Martin Sheen, earned critical acclaim for its heartfelt, spiritual message, a film that deeply resonated with older audiences seeking meaning over mayhem. Charlie, born September 3, 1965, took the fast lane to stardom. With powerhouse roles in Platoon, Wall Street, and Major League, he became a household name. At the peak of his TV fame on 2.5 Men, he was earning nearly $1.8 million per episode. But with that level of fame came chaos, high-profile scandals, substance abuse, and personal demons that often stole the spotlight from his undeniable talent. What makes their story compelling isn't just their fame, it's the contrast. Emilio chose purpose and privacy. Charlie chose the high of the spotlight and paid the price. Yet through the highs and lows, the bond between them never broke. In 1990, they co-starred in Men at Work, offering a rare look at their real-life brotherhood on screen. Stick around, because you won't believe which other famous siblings are hiding in plain sight in Hollywood. Ben and Casey Affleck, two brothers, one family, two very different Hollywood legends. It's rare enough for one family to produce an Oscar winner. But two? That's the Affleck brothers, Ben and Casey, two men born just 3 years apart, yet who carved strikingly different paths through the heart of Hollywood. Ben Affleck, born August 15, 1972, exploded onto the scene not just with his acting chops, but with a pen in hand. At just 25, he became one of the youngest ever to win an Academy Award for Best Original Screenplay with Good Will Hunting, a film he co-wrote and starred in alongside lifelong friend Matt Damon. That was just the beginning. Ben evolved into a powerhouse director, earning critical acclaim for Gone Baby Gone, The Town, and Argo, the latter winning Best Picture in 2013. He also conquered the box office with hits like Armageddon, Pearl Harbor, and took on the cape as Batman. Despite public struggles in his personal life, Ben's cinematic journey has raked in over $3.8 billion worldwide, a staggering legacy by any standard. Now enter his younger brother, Casey Affleck, born August 12, 1975. Quieter, more introspective, and a master of understatement, Casey built a reputation as an actor's actor. While Ben chased scale and spectacle, Casey gravitated toward emotionally raw, character-driven performances. He earned his first Oscar nod for The Assassination of Jesse James by the coward Robert Ford and later took home Best Actor for his haunting portrayal in Manchester by the Sea, a film that left audiences breathless with its quiet, aching realism. Though the Afflecks occasionally collaborated, their Hollywood footprints rarely overlapped. Ben became the blockbuster icon. Casey, the indie darling. Together, they've redefined what it means to succeed in show business, from two ends of the artistic spectrum. And they're not the only surprising sibling duo with stories worth telling. Stick around, this is just the beginning. Donnie Wahlberg and Mark Wahlberg, two brothers, one unforgettable legacy. You might know Mark Wahlberg as the A-list Hollywood heavyweight he is today, but it was his older brother, Donnie, who first kicked down the door to fame. Long before red carpets and Oscar nods, it was the streets of Boston and the spark of ambition that launched the Wahlberg brothers into the heart of American pop culture. Donnie Wahlberg, born August 17, 1969, skyrocketed to fame in the late 80s as a founding member of New Kids on the Block. With chart-topping anthems like Hanjin, Tough and Step by Step, the boy band became a global phenomenon, selling over 80 million records and igniting a teen craze that defined a generation. But Donnie wasn't done. He turned heads with a haunting role in The Sixth Sense and later became a household name as Detective Danny Reagan on Blue Bloods, a CBS staple that has now surpassed 275 episodes and counting. Then there's Mark Wahlberg, born June 5, 1971. He burst onto the scene as Marky Mark in the early 90s, delivering the infectious hit Good Vibrations with the Funky Bunch. But it was his transition from rapper to serious actor that truly stunned Hollywood. His breakout in Boogie Nights led to a string of critical and commercial hits: The Departed, The Fighter, Ted, and the Transformers series. With 2 Oscar nominations and producing credits on acclaimed shows like Entourage and Boardwalk Empire, Mark cemented his status as a Hollywood power player. Different styles, different paths. Donnie, the steady force on television. Mark, the box office titan. Yet both are bound by unshakable Boston roots, relentless drive, and a deep devotion to family. Want to know which other famous siblings carved out their own spotlight in Hollywood? Stick around, this story is just getting started. Alexander, Bill, and Gustav Skarsgård, Sweden's triple threat to Hollywood. When it comes to powerhouse acting families, few can match the Skarsgårds. Born into the spotlight as sons of acclaimed actor Stellan Skarsgård, the beloved star of Good Will Hunting and Mamma Mia. These 3 brothers didn't just follow in their father's footsteps. They sprinted past the expectations, each carving out a unique path that's captivated global audiences. Alexander Skarsgård, born August 25, 1976, first set hearts racing as the mysterious vampire Eric Northman in HBO's True Blood. But his range runs deeper than just fangs and charm. His haunting performance as a violent husband in Big Little Lies earned him an Emmy, a Golden Globe, and a SAG Award in 2017. From the rugged legend of Tarzan to the brutal world of the Northman and the cutthroat tech world of Succession, Alexander has become a chameleon of the screen. Bill Skarsgård, born August 9, 1990, took on a role most actors feared, Pennywise the Clown in the IT films. But his bone-chilling performance redefined the iconic villain and helped the franchise scare up over $1 billion worldwide. Bill thrives in the shadows, drawn to eerie, complex characters in projects like John Wick, Chapter 4, Hemlock Grove, and Castle Rock. Gustav Skarsgård, born November 12, 1980, brings his own brand of intensity. As Floki, the brilliant and unpredictable shipbuilder in Vikings, he delivered 6 seasons of raw energy and emotional depth. Gustav continued to explore unconventional roles in Westworld and Cursed, proving he's not afraid to push boundaries and embrace the strange. Together, the Skarsgård brothers have redefined what it means to be a modern acting dynasty, versatile, fearless, and always unforgettable. Want more surprising celebrity siblings who've made their mark? Stick around, we're just getting started. Joaquin Phoenix and River Phoenix, 2 brothers, bound by talent, tragedy, and a love for the craft. Before Joaquin became an Oscar-winning actor celebrated for his haunting performance in Joker, it was his older brother, River, who first captured the world's attention. Born on August 23, 1970, River was raised in a free-spirited, nomadic family that eventually settled in Los Angeles. From an early age, he radiated an emotional depth that felt far beyond his years. At just 15, he broke through with Stand By Me, 1986, delivering a performance so raw and soulful it left audiences breathless. By 18, he was nominated for an Academy Award for Running on Empty, 1988, and just a few years later, he stunned critics again in My Own Private Idaho, 1991, proving he was more than just a teen heartthrob, he was a once-in-a-generation artist. But River's meteoric rise came to a devastating end. On Halloween night, 1993, he died of a drug overdose outside the Viper Room in Los Angeles. He was only 23. The news rocked Hollywood. The world had lost a star, but Joaquin had lost his brother, his idol, his guiding light. Joaquin, born October 28, 1974, was just 19 when River passed. Grief-stricken, he retreated from the spotlight. But slowly, he found his way back, choosing roles that reflected the same emotional intensity River was known for. From To Die For to Gladiator, Joaquin built a reputation for daring, transformative performances. His portrayal of Johnny Cash in Walk the Line, 2005, earned him his first Oscar nomination, and in 2020, he finally won Best Actor for Joker, a role that pushed him to both physical and psychological extremes. River's flame burned bright and fast. Joaquin's journey has been a slower burn, steady, intense, and deeply personal. Yet through all his success, Joaquin has never forgotten the brother who came before him. In interviews, he often credits River as the reason he ever pursued acting in the first place. One brother lit the path. The other walked it, and continues to carry the legacy forward. Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen. From baby-faced sitcom darlings to reclusive fashion moguls, few sibling duos have left a mark on pop culture quite like the Olsen twins. Born on June 13, 1986, Mary-Kate and Ashley stepped into the spotlight before they could even speak, cast as the adorable Michelle Tanner on Full House at just 9 months old. Because of child labor laws, they tag-teamed the role, charming millions with their wit, timing, and undeniable on-screen chemistry across 8 beloved seasons. By the time they were 6, they weren't just acting, they were running a business. The Olsen twins launched Dual Star Entertainment Group, quickly transforming into a global brand. Throughout the 90s and early 2000s, they dominated screens with hits like Billboard Dad, Passport to Paris, and Two of a Kind. But they didn't stop there. Their faces were everywhere, on dolls, books, accessories, and clothing, becoming icons for an entire generation of young girls. At their peak, the empire they built was valued at nearly $1 billion. But what truly makes their story extraordinary is what happened next. Instead of clinging to childhood fame or chasing the next spotlight, Mary-Kate and Ashley made a quiet, deliberate exit from acting and turned their attention to fashion. In 2006, they launched The Row, a luxury brand praised for its timeless minimalism and impeccable craftsmanship. Not long after, they introduced Elizabeth and James, a more accessible line blending modern sophistication with everyday wear. Their dedication and vision earned them the CFDA's prestigious Women's Wear Designer of the Year award twice. Now rarely seen in public, the Olsen twins have rewritten the Hollywood rulebook. Their evolution from child stars to respected fashion powerhouses remains one of the most remarkable and graceful reinventions in entertainment history. Owen and Luke Wilson, the brothers who brought Texas soul to Hollywood's spotlight. Before they were Hollywood names, they were just two boys from Dallas with big dreams and Texas grit. Owen and Luke Wilson, real-life brothers, didn't just break into the film industry, they carved their own paths with charm, heart, and a touch of Southern wit. Their journey began with Wes Anderson's Bottle Rocket in 1996. Luke took the lead on screen while Owen co-wrote the script with Anderson, planting the seed for what would become a legacy of indie brilliance and mainstream success. Owen Wilson, born November 18, 1968, became instantly recognizable with his laid-back charisma, tousled blonde hair, and that distinct nasal voice. From the wild antics of Wedding Crashers and Zoolander to the heartfelt voice behind Lightning McQueen in Cars, Owen has been a comedic force and a storyteller at heart. His Oscar-nominated screenplay for the Royal Tenenbaums and touching performances in Midnight in Paris and Marley and Me prove he's more than just a funny guy. He's an artist with emotional range. Luke Wilson, born September 21, 1971, often played the more grounded soul to his brother's eccentric energy. He won over audiences in beloved early 2000s hits like Legally Blonde and The Family Stone, then took a deeper turn with roles in The Skeleton Twins and HBO's Enlightened, earning critical acclaim for his understated depth. Though they started side by side, the Wilson brothers eventually took different roads in Hollywood, Owen embracing the whimsical and offbeat, Luke anchoring his roles with quiet sincerity. And while they rarely share the screen these days, their unique styles and shared roots remind us that sometimes the strongest bonds don't need to be loud, they just need to last. Thanks for watching Exposed Hollywood. If you enjoyed this dive into stardom and sibling magic, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We'll see you in the next one.